What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and this is Strangers' reaction to Paranormal Caught on Tape. If you guys are new to this channel, I am a paranormal investigator reacting to Paranormal Caught on Tape. So we are on number 70 of top 100 scariest videos of 2023, and we're gonna continue on from 70 to 60. It is by SirSpooks. I will put his information in the description section, and well, with any further ado, let's see what 70 down to 60 has in store for us. Let's go.
Imagine you purchase a new house, excited to finally move in and enjoy the rest of your life in an exciting brand new environment. Most people would be thrilled to do this, but sadly, the same cannot be said about this TikTok user whose username is Ghost Club Paranormal. She says that at the time of the recording, it's the third day of her experiencing something creepy while all alone at her new house. The thing that's creeping her out is this strange rocking chair. While it definitely appears to just be any ordinary rocking chair, it shortly shows its true colors. Take a look.
Okay, I just had to go into the kitchen to get my phone. But I was just walking by this hallway. That chair is clearly broken by itself. I just heard a noise come from over there. There's no drafts. There's no fan. If there's somebody here, can you make a banging noise for me? I heard a knock from the kitchen, but oh my god, it's nothing. No, I did not feel any draft.
How could this be possible unless somebody was rocking in the chair just moments before the woman started recording? She insists, however, that the video is 100% real and has no idea why or how the rocking chair is moving all on its own. The uploader even writes that she has saged, and it doesn't appear to have made any real difference, unfortunately. Let's just hope that the uploader will eventually be able to get to the bottom of this mystery and go back to living her life in peace. Otherwise, she might have to move out of her brand new home.
Alright, you guys, so it seems like she is familiar with the paranormal, due to her account. I believe I saw that she had like 28,000 followings. So she's familiar with the paranormal field. However, let's just say this is real. She caught a rocking chair rocking on its own, although I have to say that it seemed like the rocking chair was gradually stopping. I've seen paranormal activity concerning a rocking chair, and it looks like there is literally a person rocking on the rocking chair. The movement was consistent, it wasn't slowing down, and it was rocking a lot more aggressively than this. I'm not one to say that this is fake. I'm not one to call her a liar, since she insisted that it is 100% real. But it is a hardwood floor. It is a wood rocking chair. If you was to push it, nudge it, or accidentally tap it while walking, it's going to keep on rocking until it eventually slows down, just like how we saw. As far as the knocks and everything else is concerned, they are knocks. I wouldn't, however, consider this as anything, let's grab all our stuff and leave home. No, again, this is my opinion, and it is towards someone who is familiar with the paranormal field. There are just certain things that you could do that you could reclaim your home from entities. This doesn't seem like one of those cases where it is, extreme, dangerous, you know. Obviously, I'm just going off with what I saw, but there's just, the last thing you want to do is run away from your house because you don't know if it's the house that's, haunted. Because it could be the person. If she's familiar with the paranormal field, obviously she probably went to locations and she might had an attachment, and this thing is with her, not necessarily the rocking chair. So, a little bit of investigation will go a long way since she knows about it. Or, I haven't really seen her content, so I'm not sure if she's a paranormal investigator or if she's just, one who likes to explore. I do both. So, I do know about just going out and about and just being in places. But as far as creepy, this isn't really this isn't really creepy. I mean, I have a really high limit bar, so anyhow, let's go to the next one.
This next video was posted to the wildly popular UFO subreddit by a user known as amedi94, who filmed the video at Disneyland, and it has been the topic of discussion online for some time now. The uploader took to the description to give us a bit of context before actually watching the video. They write, quote, "I took this video when I was at Disneyland last month. It popped up out of nowhere when the show at Small World started. It is interesting because during that show, they have tons of lasers/lights that beam up into the sky. I know it's not that insane of a video, just 3 lights pretty much, but the recent triangle video reminded me." End quote. Let's take a look at this video and see what exactly the uploader was able to capture that day.
I'm not the right person. You have to choose someone else. Choose someone else.
While it's impossible to decipher whether or not it's actually a UFO or something else, there's simply no denying that there is a triangular shaped object, or at the very least 3 lights, floating around in the sky in this piece of footage. Usually, in UFO sighting pictures and videos, the floating object in question is almost always a round shape, like a disc. But this guy's video shows a UFO that's in the shape of a triangle, which has also happened quite a lot through the years. So what do you think about this video? Did this Reddit user really spot a UFO hovering around Disneyland at night? Was this something else entirely? Be sure to let me know in the comments below.
Well, yeah, for sure. It was interesting to watch just because, I've been to one of these Disney attractions and they do have a lot of lights, all over the place, laser lights, it looks pretty dope. But for it to go that high up and so, visible like that in the sky, so high up, yeah, I don't see that happening. Yes, it was a triangular shape, or how SirSpooks said it, it could be 3 separate lights. We've seen lights in the sky and, they tend to come together, separate. In this one, I don't think it's just one object. It could be 3 different objects just because of how it was. The triangle was coming, like in and out, and, kind of not a solid 3 lights, 3 position of lights. It was actually moving. So yeah, that is an interesting catch, that's for sure. Do I believe in UFOs? Yes, I do. Do I believe in aliens? Yes, I do. My mind isn't that closed to think that we are the only living species in the universe. So yeah, these guys, I think they caught something. And lately, this is what day today is, 20th of May 2024. So for sure, there has been a lot of sightings, a lot of news, the United States coming out and basically admitting that aliens are real. Who knows, there's a lot of conspiracy theories with that alone, but I digress. Let's go.
A woman on TikTok by the username of Sam I guess seems to be having experiences with strange entities from the beyond, as she said that she set up her phone in the kitchen to film for an hour. She probably didn't expect to actually catch anything on tape, but as it turns out, she actually did manage to record something truly creepy. Have a look at the back door.
Okay, you guys saw it?
It only appears for about a second or so, but if you look just carefully enough, you should be able to see what appears to be an eerie ghostly apparition casually striding along before vanishing into thin air. A lot of people who have seen this video are commenting and asking her how she can comfortably live in that house with the knowledge that there are supernatural entities roaming the house, which is quite a good question. I know that most people would be moving out immediately.
Well, that was a short clip, but it was interesting nonetheless. From what I saw, I could honestly say that for that shadow figure to appear on that wall crossing over, the light source has to be from the opposite direction. So we're just gonna have to go off and just think that there was nobody else in the house, because even if there was one person, that whole thing could be debunked if there was a light source coming on from the opposite direction. If that house is truly alone and there isn't any way there's a light coming off from the opposite direction, then it is a very interesting catch, because you do see a shadow figure casually just walking across the dining room. So I actually like that one. Wish there was some more information, but we get what we get.
Imagine you're on a commercial aircraft, simply trying to enjoy your flight, only to discover later on that you were being followed in the air by a UFO. This Reddit video was filmed and posted by a user by the name of RedmanMatt11, who filmed the incident near LaGuardia in New York. Matt filmed.
I actually fly LaGuardia quite often. I'm from New York, if you guys didn't know, and LaGuardia is probably like 15 minutes away from me. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Films the plane being trailed by the UFO, as he and a few others can only stare up at the sky in complete awe of what's going on.
Are you kidding me? Hold on. Are you serious right now?
What is that?
It's getting closer to it. What the is that?
What are you looking at? There's a dot
The
following
plane,
that
there's a dot
plane.
following.
Everyone in the video seems to be freaked out by this incident, and it's certainly not hard to see why. What would you do if you found out that this plane was the plane that you were on? And this video also begs the question, has this ever happened before? Does this happen a lot more than we think it does? And if this really is a UFO trailing behind this plane, what does it want? Is it trying to stalk these people? These are the questions that'll keep you up at night.
I mean, yeah, with questions like that, you'll drive yourself crazy, that's for sure. That was an interesting one. Unfortunately, we didn't hear nothing about this on the news, that's for sure, because that was really clear, unless they know it wasn't a story to follow, or somebody is trying to keep on the wraps. We do know that the government tends to keep a lot of secrets. So with that being said, you know, when the plane took off, could have been possibly dragging something. I don't know if that's even possible. But there is a dot for sure, and I could definitely see how anybody from the ground looking at this happening could be in shock, like, what the hell is that? Because it looked very interesting, that's for sure. Let's continue.
This first video comes to us from a TikTok user known as Johnny Grin, who posted the video to his account on January 13th, 2023. The footage in question may only be 9 seconds long, but it's a chilling 9 seconds that will leave you puzzled.
Let's see.
The footage shows Johnny walking around the Appalachian Mountains late at night, all by himself, something that a lot of people would never have the courage or bravery to do.
Sorry, it's not about courage or bravery. It's about self-acknowledgement of one trying to be safe. Why would you want to walk around any mountain in the wilderness by yourself at night? Unless you are a thrill seeker, or if you live in the woods, in the mountains, or, you know, survival, or if you lost, or some circumstances got you to that point, then yeah, fine, sure. But willing to go up to the mountains by yourself in the nights, yeah, that it just, you know, so dangerous at so many levels.
And understandably so. While wandering around the area, Johnny probably thought that all was going well, but that all changed rather quickly when he suddenly heard a terrifying noise somewhere nearby. Have a listen.
All right, I don't want to hear that was an animal. I don't want to hear that this was one of those crazy nonsense of a, you know, theory. Clearly it's human. Clearly it's saying help me. It's in pain. It's in, you know, it's in a state of shock. Whatever it is, you know, I'm not saying it's paranormal, but you know what? This could be orchestrated. All this could be orchestrated easily. There, you know, again, my question is, why would this guy want to do this? You know, travel in the mountain woodside by himself in the night. You know, who's not to say that he was actually accompanied and all of this was just acted out? That's, you know, even in a group of people going to a place like this by you know, a group of 5, maybe if you're armed and you just want to, I don't know. I mean, I'm from the city. I wouldn't see myself in a situation like this purposely. But yeah, definitely it's a person. Help me. Whether or not this video is trying to portray if it's paranormal or not, you know, you clearly hear something. Help me.
A lot of people in the comment section are thinking the exact same thing.
What is
that? Noise sounded exactly like it was coming from some sort of skinwalker.
Oh my
Of course.
God damn. You see what I mean? Holy shit.
Of course, nobody can confirm this for sure, but it is the most popular theory here. Do you guys have any other possible explanations for what Johnny could have heard while in the mountains that day? Was it real or fake? Assuming it was real, whatever was making that noise will hopefully keep Johnny away from these mountains late at night in the future.
I mean, I already said my piece on it, so, you know, definitely that was even within my thought process. Yes, I do believe in skinwalkers, but with this clip, for one to jump into that is a skinwalker, come on now. Jesus. If anything is an entity who passed away in a tragic event there. And that's just pushing it if it's a real clip. But aside from that, man, Skinwalker, for real.
This video was published to the highly popular High Strangeness subreddit, which is essentially one big collection of all sorts of photos, videos and stories relating to the paranormal, UFOs, ancient cultures, cryptozoology, anomalies and other strange things. The footage in question was filmed on September 12, 2023 at 9 PM in Arizona. Providing some much needed context here, the uploader writes, quote, "I was drinking with my family. I felt my house vibrated and shook so hard. Lights flicker, so I decided to go outside to see what's going on, and then I was very fascinated by the thunderstorms going off simultaneously, until I noticed something in the background." End quote. Let's have a look and see the footage for ourselves. As you can see, it definitely looks as though there is something extremely odd and confusing going on in the clouds. It's not the kind of thing you see every day, and I think that if we were to see this for ourselves in person, we would be even more scared. The uploader, however, has his opinions on it, writing, quote, "My honest opinion, looked like the clouds was taking turns, and if I show this other video, it looks like a battle." End quote. Were these UFOs flying around the sky that night or something else? This video is proof that sometimes even things happening up in the sky can be absolutely bone-chilling.
You know, let's put this into perspective. Do you know how fast, let's say if it is a UFO, you know, in this video, that UFO, do you know how fast you have to be traveling for that kind of movement? You know, like what kind of technology do they have as far as the people or thing that are inside these crafts? You know, like let's, you know, like let's say, you know, you got all your seatbelts on, or, you know, I don't know, with this kind of movement you got a freaking shoulder, like if, you know, like if you're in a roller coaster, and, you know, like just for this kind of movement is disorienting if you was in this craft. So, you know, I'm just trying to see it from that perspective. Obviously there is something there moving around very sporadically, and, you know, it's like, you know, stopping then going, stopping and going at, you know, super fast. Yes, the lightnings were kind of suspicious. I'm not a meteorologist or anything, but is that normal? If you guys know more about, you know, clouds, thunders and all of this stuff, lightnings, and, you know, it's I would be interested to know if that is normal.
This first video was uploaded to YouTube by a user named AntiCloud, all the way back on February 10th, 2012. In the description of the video, the uploader explains that he managed to record a strange sound in Finland. In the footage, we watch as Antti is walking around outside with the camera when suddenly he hears the noise in question, and it is definitely quite bizarre to say the least. Have a listen.
Mistä vitusta toi tulee? Ai,
According to Antti, this eerie noise lasted for almost 10 minutes. He also states that his microphone quality is less than stellar, noting that the sound was significantly scarier in person as opposed to how it sounds on video. As for what exactly caused this noise, Antti himself is not even sure. One commenter said the following, quote, "If these noises were from down power lines, we would have heard them sometime in our lifetime before. I'm in my 40s, my husband in his 50s. Throughout every storm that we've ever encountered that's knocked down power lines, nothing even similar to this has been heard. Moreover, these sounds are being heard all over the world." End quote. The rest of the comment section corroborated this statement, many saying they'd also heard this sound at some point in their lives. So what do you think could have caused this highly unsettling sound? And perhaps just as important, what exactly is the sound? We will likely never know for sure.
It's unfortunate, but we would most likely never know, although there are, a lot of religious beliefs that before or during the end of times, we would be hearing some sort of sounds or horns or something coming from the sky. If this is not a video of that, no, I don't know what is. But power lines, I mean, even if there was, I can't recall when, a year or two ago, when there was this power line that kind of blew up near where I live. I didn't hear no sounds quite like that. But what it did do, and what made, what went viral, was how it turned night into day due to the reflection of the fog and clouds around us. It literally looked like daytime. So that was the only thing that happened when that power, when that transformer blew or the power line went down. But that sound, I've been seeing a phenomenon like this in different videos for a while now. And yeah, it's very suspicious. Anyhow.
On September 26th, 2023, a TikTok user took to the platform to share a piece of home security camera footage of an event that happened in the house that absolutely terrified them, and understandably so. The video in question shows a woman sleeping on the couch before coughing to the point of awakening herself. She's then seen talking on the phone with somebody for a little while, but right about here, something utterly terrifying happens right behind her where she sits. Watch this.
Baby, what took you so long to answer? Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten egg.
My first red flag right now is this TikToker named Magical Poltergeist. So they're familiar with the paranormal, and also this house, this scene, like this camera scene of this whole thing looks so familiar. I wonder if it's the same video.
It literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what is going on, but this shit, like, I'm literally feel like I'm about to puke. I was just taking a nap, and the house smells disgusting. What the baby? The lights are flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the baby?
Just like something right out of a horror movie, a cross that's seen on the wall flips itself to be upside down. At the same time, the lights in the room begin to flicker in an unusual way. The upload also says that, strangely enough, the house also apparently smelled like rotten eggs at the time of this incident. Let's just hope that they don't have to call an exorcist anytime soon.
Well, sorry, SirSpooks, if that's the case. If we are to think that this is real as a paranormal investigator, this is definitely one of those cases where you will have to get yourself a exorcist and perform an exorcism in the house, because these are definite signs of a demonic presence. The smell of rotten eggs, rotten flesh, just rotting. Yeah, those are signs of a dark demonic entity. The whole thing with the cross, you know what? Hollywood has us believing in all types of crazy stuff that, it does tend to happen. It is the mocking of the cross. So that's demonic in nature. The flickering of the lights. All of this stuff is poltergeist 101 aside from objects moving, because a poltergeist is German for noisy ghost. So you know what, my only thing is that there was a red flag with the name, and whether or not this could be orchestrated. Of course it can. The cross could be done with a string. The flickering of the lights, where's the switch? It could be off camera somewhere. The smelling of the rotting eggs, that's just a personal account. We cannot smell nothing through the screen. So yeah, unfortunately, if this is real, they're gonna most definitely need to contact some help, most likely your local paranormal investigating group. If you try and spend your time trying to contact Ghost Adventures or TAPS, Ghost Hunters, all of this stuff, what you need is evidence. And present it to the right people. This, however, is not really a good source, just because you have to really, really prove that there is paranormal activity going on in your home, and then you could present it to even your local church to see if they are willing to help. All of this stuff, guys, there's a lot of people doing stuff out there to fabricate the paranormal activity just for clicks or for some type of benefit for them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to call cap on this one though.
The following piece of footage was recorded on September 6th, 2022 at 7:52 p.m. in Maury Point, Pacifica, California. The footage in question initially appears to be a beautiful video of the sunset, but in just a few moments, the video's true unsettling nature is about to be revealed. Did you see that? A mysterious orb-like object can be seen floating around the sky at random before the video eventually ends, leaving us all to wonder what exactly we just saw. A lot of people theorize that the object in question is none other than a UFO, which definitely seems to be a likely explanation, but if it's not a UFO, then what could this possibly be? I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this one, so be sure to let me know your thoughts.
You guys, what I'm trying to see is, obviously we see this, obviously we see it. What I'm trying to see is the reaction of the people. You see, it doesn't seem like anybody's reacting to it. Or nothing, or a group of people pointing. I don't even see nobody with their cameras out. If I see at least a number of people looking at this phenomenon, I'll believe it. Right now, especially with technology nowadays, with the editing, video, photo editing, AI, everything going on. All of this could have been just, orchestrated, created, edited in. But my thing right now is that I'm looking at the beach, at the side, at the road, all the way up there to see if there's anybody reacting to it. And as of now, I don't see nobody reacting to it. And if this is real, you could blatantly see what the hell is that, unless all of these people know what it is. And it happens so frequently that they don't even care about it anymore. And that is the most, that's just the craziness. Why does this look weird over here, right? I just noticed it. I was so focused over here. This looks like like if there's a glitch in the Matrix. Like a glitch in a video game where you could just fall through this endless fall of gap.
Did you
This looks so weird. Was this, because I'm saying, like, if there is something going on here and
see that?
and they took the time to, I guess, edit it out so we cannot see it, then who's not to say this was edited too? Because all of these people over here doesn't seem like they're really, look, the one person that looks like they're reacting to it is this guy right over here. That guy right over here. Pay attention, but he's walking what seems like a dog, I believe. It's the one thing.
A mysterious orb-like object can be seen floating around the sky at random before the video eventually ends.
No, he's just walking away, you guys. Sorry about that. This looks very sus. And if this could be done, who's not to say this was done?
Leaving us all to wonder what exactly we just saw. A lot of people theorize that the object in question is none other than a UFO, which definitely seems to be a likely explanation. But if it's not a UFO, then what could this possibly be? I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this one, so be sure to let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys. No, that's not it. That's not it. Nobody was reacting to it. If it was real, I'm pretty sure people would have noticed and seen all of this, unless it was invisible to the naked eye. Then that would be an interesting theory.
This first video, which was uploaded by a user with the alias Wolfhound227 and shared on the popular Ghost subreddit, is likely to send shivers down your spine. The uploader writes, quote, "I went down into the basement of a church on my site and did some investigating there. I heard footsteps right above me moving in the direction of the altar. That was a fun night." End quote. Let's watch the footage together.
I'm sorry.
I went down into the basement of a church on my site and did some investigating there. I heard footsteps right above me moving.
Did some exploring in the basement of a church on my site. Heard some footsteps right above me, heading in the direction of the altar. That was a fun night. We're posting this from our security guards. Okay. So this guy is talking like if he works at the church and he's a security guard. Church on my site. I didn't realize that. Okay.
In the direction of the altar. That was a fun night. End quote. Let's watch the footage together to find out what occurs, shall we?
You'll hear it again. Yep.
As you can hear, there are definitely some odd noises that sound like footsteps coming from above the uploader. These noises can be heard clearly, but the answers to the questions of why or how are not known at this time. Due to the fact that this footage is so cryptic, it is quite doubtful that we will ever figure out what is going on or why it happened. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that the next time this Reddit user investigates a location like this one, he practices the highest possible level of safety.
This is the thinnest armor ever. Introducing hyper concealable armor.
Alright guys, with that, I'm a little confused with the Reddit posting. Is the guy a security guard or is he investigating? I'm assuming he's a security guard. So he was hearing some noises at walking towards the altar and he was investigating. But it seems like he was in the basement and he heard footsteps above him. Okay. Who's not to say it was a person walking around? And did it sound like footsteps? I don't know. It sounded like something either being dragged or something closed or some movement as far like moving furniture or, something like this. But he was in a basement and, anybody could have been upstairs. But that's not to say that, for me, my opinion, aside from going to church on Sundays, and praying and, doing all the church goers stuff on Sundays, it's all good said and done. But there is something, I'm gonna use the word scary, being in church after hours, because there is, I've been in a church after hours and it has a complete different feel to it. So yeah. And I've seen so many of these amazing investigations conducted in abandoned churches, and I could only imagine what craziness can only happen there. Because if it feels completely 100% off, because trust me, it feels off in a church at night, especially when there's nobody around. It just feels that even if you have, like, I don't know, an appointment to talk to somebody and just there's nobody but you and the priest, or probably, let's just say 2-3 other people, it just feels weird. It feels weird. It feels off. But yeah, for me, churches is definitely one of the most creepiest places after hours that I've ever been in. And I've been to abandoned psychiatric centers, you guys. So with that being said, this is number 60. I'm gonna probably continue on recording, obviously, on the next episode, because we're about to cut it right here. But if you are enjoying these videos, please do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.